Good evening and bienvenue, my fond fair friends, family, and subscribers. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, here to bring you yet another part of What If Naruto Could Summon a Glavenus? Now, where we last left off, Sasuke was in pain. Naruto was put to shame. And Sakura, well, she really didn't get hurt much. And the Sound Village ninjas tried to screw them over. Garrus took exception to that. So, continuing on, as day 4 approaches, Naruto begins to stir. He wakes. And boy, is he pissed. Not only from the Orochimaru incident, pardon, but also from hearing that they nearly got their scroll stolen. So what does Naruto do? Simple. He asks Garrus if he can track them. And Garrus just smiles. That toothy grin. Just saying, oh yeah, I can track them. And so, he tells Sakura to watch over Sasuke, to keep him safe, while he goes off for a little revenge. And so he does. Naruto heads off, and whenever he gets to, and they eventually do find the Sound Village, the Sound Ninja. They're just a little bit away from getting, well, to the entrance. However, this is where they have done fucked up. They've let their guard down. They figure they're safe. They figure they're good. With their multiple sets of scrolls and everything else. They believe they're in the clear. Till Naruto tells Garrus to charge and not hold anything back against them. And Garrus just smiles. Gladly. As all of a sudden, they can hear a loud roar from the bottom of the forest. And, oh, do they recognize that sound? Nothing quite like the sound of a Glavenus very, very pissed off. They begin to look around and wonder. Then they remember, oh, we're probably safe. He can't, it's not like those things can climb trees. Well, then they begin to hear thun, 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 thun. As it gets closer, boom, 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 boom. As one of them uses his echolocation. And boy, is he surprised that, well, Garrus can indeed climb trees. At this point, he says, oh crap. What? It can climb trees. What? As right when he says what, Garrus appears on the branch right in front of them. Boom! Boom! And they all scatter. Oh, do they all scatter, but that's a part of the plan. Because when the woman takes off to the left, Naruto is there. As he wraps his legs around her waist and his arms around her head, putting her into a sleeper hold. And he pulls down tight and up, cutting off the circulation of oxygen from the neck to the brain. After a few seconds, she's done and out. As she collapses onto the, foliage. Naruto drags her off and then sees if she has any scrolls on her. She does not. And so he ties her up and leaves her there while Garrus is facing off against the other two. They begin to shout, "What do you want? We left you alone." You're like, "Yeah, but you pissed me off." As Garrus unleashes his attacks, using fire styles and such. You know, fireballs, fire bullets, hacking and slashing with a flaming tail sword. The fun stuff. Fireball distracts him as they dodge. He jumps over and brings down the tail sword onto one of them. Luckily for him, his gauntlets take most of the brunt. But boy, are they damaged in the process. As he gets sent flying down back to the ground. Boom! And upon impacting it, Naruto comes by and quickly and efficiently slams his fist deep into the chest of this poor bastard. As he slams it hard onto that chest plate, sends a shockwave into that person's whole entire heart, causing a minor arrhythmia to occur. And in case you don't know, yes, that is possible. In doing so, well, let's just put it this way, he's lucky to still be breathing. As Naruto searches him, and what does he find? Quite a few sets of scrolls. As he pockets them and moves away, only to be attacked from behind by the man who can use echolocation. Oh yes. He saw what Naruto was doing, but, giant T-Rex and the such. Unfortunately for him, Naruto expected this. Because as soon as he tried to attack him, Garrus was on his ass. Oh, this poor bastard who thought he could catch wind of Naruto, who thought he could catch up to him, who thought he could pull the sneaky maneuver. As soon as he nearly made contact with Naruto, he just turned his head and smiled. And that's when he knew he's been done screwed up. As Garrus from behind grabs him by his pants line and flings him straight into a tree. However, he's able to use a bit of his wind magic, wind chakra, to push himself against the tree, to make it to where he doesn't take any damage from it. But that he's soon to find out was the more painful of the two options available. As when he turns around to see Naruto, he can see that he hopped onto Garrus's tail, and that Garrus then in turn used its tail as a trebuchet, if you will, launching Naruto at intense speeds at the target, which is now him. As he does, he attempts to blast sound bullets, wind bullets at poor Naruto, but it doesn't matter. Because Naruto's already brought out his claws. And it's been too late. Because as soon as he tries, he's already been impaled by all 10 claws straight into his gut. As Naruto reaches in and pulls out the heart, leaving the poor bastard, dead. Naruto crushes it, checks him for anything. He doesn't have any. He puts away his claws and dusts himself off, walks back to Garrus and says, "We got enough." As he leaves the other two survivors 2 scrolls out of the 10 they had. One heaven and one earth, and a little note for the guy with his face mostly covered. "Sorry I had to kill your friend. He put up more of a fight than I expected. Got a little bit overzealous. However, if you want revenge, meet me at the last round, and I'll gladly wait on it. But be warned, what happened to him will only be worse for you two if you do show. By the way, the girl is tied up over in the bushes to your left. I didn't gag her, so more than likely if she wakes up before you do, you'll be able to find her quickly." As Naruto takes back off, he gets back to the encampment with Sakura and Sasuke. He sees Sasuke is up and moving, but still out of it. As Naruto shows up, takes a little bit of a breath, and Sakura runs up to him saying, "What the hell happened to you? Why are you all got up and bloody?" Got a little bit too much, got into more of a scrap than I was expecting, but I got some good news. What? Brings out the box with 8 scrolls. I think I got plenty of scrolls for us to pass. You crazy idiot. Yeah, that's about right. As they all get ready and begin moving, as Naruto remembers where those Sound Village idiots were, and they take a circumventing path around them, just in case they wake up. He doesn't want to have to defend both her and Sasuke and Sakura, and instead just wishes to, do his own thing, considering he's currently the only combat effective one at the moment. When they finally reach the gates to the last trial, last part of the second trial of the Chunin exams, they open up the scroll, And a ninja appears, a Leaf Village ninja appears and says, "You were a bit late, but better late than never. Come on in." As it's still only day 4. As the team enters inside, where an arena is set up, and Kakashi Sensei has been waiting for them. He runs over to his team, seeing Naruto a bit, well, covered in blood, and asks, "What the heck happened?" This isn't from anything that hurt us, but some Sound Village idiots came and harassed Sakura while me and Sasuke were down. How did you two get down? Another Sound Village ninja attacked us, summoned snakes, and used some sort of weird poison on Sasuke. As he drags Sasuke forward, like, "What the hell, Naruto? Shut up. He's our sensei. He needs to know this crap." As he pulls down Sasuke's shoulder, the shirt on his shoulder, and reveals the curse mark. And Kakashi knows what this is. And what about you? I was attacked by the same fool. Luckily for me, he didn't do anything like that. But he did hit my gut pretty hard. As he gets a little bit closer to Kakashi. "I think he might have messed with the seal." "What do you mean?" "When I was fighting the Sound Village ninjas earlier, my chakra was all out of whack. I couldn't control it. It was as if something kept on boiling up from the inside, causing my chakra to flow all weird. I had to resort to only using taijutsu, but luckily I was facing off against idiots, or that could have been a lot worse." Right. As well, Kakashi tells Sakura to rest easy while he brings those two to the back. The first thing that's done is he puts a sealing mark, a new type of seal around Sasuke's, curse mark, making him resistant to its effects. After a couple of hours, Sasuke comes back out to Sakura, and he's feeling quite a bit better. Meanwhile, with Kakashi and Naruto, Kakashi tells Naruto to lift up his shirt. He does, and he can see the weird shit that Orochimaru did after he tries to bring out some chakra. He tells Naruto this is probably gonna hurt, and Naruto just says, "Yeah, I figured as much. Go on and get it over with." He goes, "Alright." Kakashi removes the seal, but he's no Jiraiya that removes the weird, seal that Orochimaru placed on him. Trying to fix the damage that was put there. However, he's no Jiraiya. And as such, he doesn't know nearly as much about sealing jutsu. But he is doing his best. After that's all said and done, Naruto feels a bit better, if not exhausted mentally. And Kakashi tells him, "Why don't you and Sasuke take a rest?" And after you both wake up, I'll have a gift ready for you. Thanks. As Naruto kind of just collapses down. Kakashi picks him up and brings him forward to the others, and they say, "What the hell happened to him? He's a bit tired." Okay. And so, considering they still have another day before the trials are over, he brings them to a room to where they can all sleep and relax. Upon waking up, Team 7 realizes their sensei is not in the room. They go to try and find him, but they have some difficulty doing so until Kakashi appears behind them saying, "Hi, did you all miss me?" "Ah! Don't do that!" "Oh, come on, a ninja's best skill is stealth. You're telling me you couldn't detect me? Then you fail." Don't... As they see a big bag on Kakashi's back. "Huh? What's that?" "Well, I told you I had gifts, didn't I?" As he brings the bag down and opens it up, and the first thing he does is hand Naruto a sword that looks very similar to his old one. A new Tao blade. Naruto says, "Wow, thank you." As when he opens up the sheath, as he pulls the sword out of the sheath, he realizes something. This feels a lot lighter than its chakra metal. Chakra metal? What does that mean? It's a metal that's specifically designed to make it easier to infuse chakra into the blade. Basically, it makes it a lot stronger, as well it makes, depending on your nature, can make it do several things. However, with your wind nature, well, you infuse that into the blade, it can, well, cut through quite a few things, even other metal. As Naruto just gazes upon this sword and smiles. "Thank you, Sensei." "No problem." As he does the same with Sasuke, bringing out, well, you know, Sasuke, sorry about that, as he brings out, you know, a standard katana that Sasuke likes using, even though it has a flat back, which makes no sense considering katana has a curve, but tomato, tomato. He hands it to him saying, it's made of a similar type of, it may have the similar chakra metal. Not the same, because Naruto's is, well, a different sword entirely. It couldn't be made of the same metal. It's made of the same type of metal, though. Sensei, yeah? Quit trying to be funny. As, well, Sasuke just has this little cheeky grin on his face. And as for Sakura, Kakashi pulls out a couple of items. One was a set of knuckles for, well, punching the living crap out of things, considering he's kind of realized that Sakura is amazingly strong. Reinforce that strength with something that can actually, you know, withstand it, and she could be quite dangerous. As well as a, well, big medical kit. She just kind of tears up a little bit, saying, "Thank you, Sensei." And Kakashi just goes, no problem at all. Anything for my students. As in he thinks in his head, damn near went broke doing this, but it's so worth it to see their faces. As day 5 progresses and the last of the stragglers walk in, including what's left of the Sound Village. And please know that everyone who was watching over Naruto and them saw what he did. The third saw it. All the teachers and examiners saw it. Hell, Iruka Sensei probably heard about it at some point before this whole thing went down. Like, yes, they all saw how, well, everything that they have done and said, and boy, oh boy, yeah, some of them are a bit nervous about their Jinchuriki, but I digress. That's a story for another day. As it continues on, well, there is a certain young man in virtually all green attire, except for some large orange arm guards and shin guards, with a Leaf Village insignia attached to a belt around his waist, a bowl top haircut, and two very large and very bushy brows, approaches, well, Team 7. They go, "Who are you?" "I am Rock Lee, and I challenge you, Sasuke Uchiha, to a fight." "Huh? Wait, why?" "My eternal rival has a power similar to that of your Sharingan, and I wish to test myself against it." "Can you at least tell us your name?" Naruto says. Garrus just gets a slight chuckle going, "If he dies, can I eat him?" You're like, "Garrus, I didn't know you ate people." "Only those I find funny, or annoying." He's kind of falling right in between that line of As Rock Lee just kind of looks at this creature, goes, "Wow, that is impressive. However, Sasuke Uchiha, do you accept my challenge?" As Naruto quickly pats him on the back, we're like, "Come on, dude, do you accept his challenge? I mean, if you don't, I gladly will." As Rock Lee holds up his hand saying, "No, you will not. I challenged him. You do not interest me." As Naruto takes offense to that, being like, "Am I not worthy?" As he says, "Am I not worthy in your eyes?" "No." "Oh." "Kick his ass, Sasuke." As he pats him on the back and just leans against there. As Sasuke goes, "All right, I'll face you." As he reveals his Sharingan. And the fight begins. Rock Lee disappears and uses Leaf Hurricane, going for a headshot on poor old Sasuke, but what he didn't realize is Sasuke saw him moving right off the bat and dodges. He does a duck and weave, and then counters by grabbing his leg and flipping him ass over tea kettle. However, Lee recovers because, Taijutsu master. He recovers and quickly goes in for a flurry attack. A rush, if you will. He brings down the left arm. Sasuke dodges. Come with a right uppercut. Sasuke dodges. And he is being put straight on the defensive. Over and over and over again, he keeps swinging and swinging and swinging. As then he is able to pull off a couple of hand signs to bring out Shadow Clone Jutsu. As he does, one Sasuke appears behind Lee, and attempts to grab his waist to do a suplex. However, upon grabbing his waist and flipping him over, Lee just uses his incredible flexibility, because if you've seen that sumbitch, yes, he is very flexible, wraps his legs around the clone's waist, and then pulls him over for, well, a ground slam. Boom! Causing the clone to instantly disappear as he thrusts himself forward, back on the attack to Sasuke, giving him barely a few seconds to breathe. Naruto, watching this, just goes, he's good. As Sasuke keeps dodging, moving back and forth. As he says, alright, I'm getting enough of this. As he begins to, well, counter and begin blocking and guarding his own right. As he goes on his offensive, Lee just smiles and says, now you're done! As he quickly catches, spins him around a couple of times, hitting him in a couple of weak points on the human body, like lower back, shins, gut, midsection, hitting the solar plexus. As Sasuke's going, even with my thinking in his head, even with my Sharingan, I can't keep up with his movements. As Sasuke just says, screw it, and brings his head down by smashing, well, Lee in the skull with his, right on the bridge of his nose, in fact, causing Lee to recoil as a bit of blood begins to pour down from his nose. Not bad. However, you try this. As Lee runs forward, kicks him straight up into the air, and begins to wrap him up in wrapping him up in, well, the hand wraps he has. Going, Primary Lotus! As right before he's able to bring him down, he's stopped by his, well, Guy Sensei. Telling him, save that energy for the ring, Lee. So, right. Sorry, Guy Sensei. As Lee hops off and just walks away. Meanwhile, Sasuke's just going, what the hell was that? As he gets up and pops his back and arms and everything back into place, just going, oh, that hurt like hell. Naruto just sitting there going, wow, looks like you need to practice your taijutsu there a little more. Shut up. Oh, come on now, Sasuke. I didn't mean it in any insulting fashion. Shut up. Fine. If you ever want to practice, let me know. I'll be happy to kick your ass like he did. I am going to kill you. Oh, you can try. As they both just kind of smile at each other. As Sakura runs over and then begins to apply some healing magic to him. As she does that, Naruto, well, heads into the arena, telling him, I'll listen in, tell you guys what's happening. In which Garrus responds, I'll listen in and actually tell you guys what's happening. Thank you, Garrus. You know what? Fuck you guys. As Naruto heads in. And, well, the rosters are listed and made. Everything goes similar to canon, including when, well, Lee goes beast mode on Gaara, actually making him get a bit sweaty. Using those inner gates of his to beat the living shit out of the boy. Then comes Naruto's turn. Naruto facing off against Kiba and Akamaru. Oh, this is gonna be fun. As Naruto and Garrus hop into the arena, as the attendant says, "Hold it! You're not allowed to bring that in there." What? Why not? You can bring the dog. Well, the dog is a summoned beast. Can you summon that thing? It was like, all right. As he goes, "Garrus, wait up there." "You sure?" "Yep." As he gets down, holds out his left hand, and then, well, the mark appears and begins to glow a bright red. "Come to me, ancient Hellion, bringer of destruction, slayer of gods. Become my blade in this battle, and smite my foes. Come forth, Glavenus." As the mark begins to glow, a bright, well, crimson. As then Garrus appears, right down there. And in his mind, Garrus connects with Naruto. Really? What the hell was that? Improv. Improv. Like, you improved that. Well, yeah, haven't really been thinking on it for a while. And I figured, considering they want to insult me by not letting me bring my partner down, might as well make them scared shitless. So, you know what? Fair point. Need me to roar? If you please. As upon him appearing there, well, Garrus lets loose a near deafening roar that shakes and even reverberates along the walls, the ceiling, and, yes, even upon looking at it, shakes the sound barrier itself, as Naruto just stands firm. As Kiba and Akamaru are, well, stunned to say the least. "Now do you believe that he's my summoned creature?" Yep, we believe it." "Good. Whenever you're ready, call the match. You might want to wait for those two to recover." As he's waiting for Kiba and Akamaru to get off the ground. What the hell was that? "Oh, that was just me. That was just me calling on my partner." Fine. As Akamaru hops on Kiba's back, and so in goes Beastman transformation. And, well, Akamaru turns into a little bit more ravenous Kiba, as Kiba himself begins to have his teeth enlarge and his claws extend. His nails grow to become claws. So Naruto just looks at that and goes, "Oh, someone needs a pedicure. You're not gonna be laughing whenever I rip you to shreds." I'm like, "Oh, please. If you can, that would be so entertaining." As Naruto just goes, "You ready, Garrus?" "Always, partner." As Naruto brings out his sword, and then begins to focus his chakra into it. As all the 10 teachers are looking at this, and they see the sword begin to resonate and begin to glow a bright blue, as it extends from the standard 4-foot blade to a 12-foot blade. I wouldn't say the blade extends, more like it's blue chakra wrapped around the sword. that upon him pouring into the blade, extends and forms a covering, if you will, that grows with the more chakra he puts into it. And believe me, this blade, it can cut through quite a few things. That blue glow isn't just for show. It's an extension of his power, his prowess. As Kiba then goes on the offensive, fang over fang, as they combine together and go for a corkscrew drill. But upon doing so, Naruto just laughs as Geras gets right in front, waits for the perfect time, and then slams his head downward upon them, well, making them impact harshly into the ground. Funny thing about a drill, tackling it head on, that doesn't do much except hurt you. But if you attack it from the sides, from above, below, left or right, you could easily break it. And that's what Geras did. He waited and then slammed both of them into the ground, causing them to break apart from each other. As Naruto quickly found you and stomps on Kiba's chest, holding the sword right to his throat. Surrender. What? As he brings it down a bit closer, cutting into the hoodie that he always wears. Surrender, or I'm going to make this very, very bloody. Fine, I yield. As he lets him go. Thanks, Kiba. As Naruto walks off, winner of this match is Naruto Uzumaki. As he raises both his hands in the air and just goes, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Hinata blushing a bit wildly, and Kiba down there going, he beat me in one move. When did the loser get this strong? And that's where I'm going to end it here, folks. I hope you enjoyed, hope you had fun, and I hope you do enjoy and talk about it in the comments below. Have a blessed one, and I'll talk to y'all again.